welcome to Loops and Lore with Meg. Today I'm doing my December TBR. So it is the second to last week in November. You'll be watching this the last week in November, but I like to go ahead and do my TBRs pretty early so that way I can figure out what I'm reading the next month. So I can kind of line it up and that kind of thing and have a better idea of what the plan is, because I am a planner. I love to plan. I plan too much, but I wanted to go ahead and do this. So that's the general idea of when my TBRs will be filmed / coming out. So I don't know for sure everything I'm going to finish this month. So that may affect my TBR for the next month and that kind of thing. The other thing is my wrap up will be coming out the first week of December, and then that same week I will have the reading vlog. I've been kind of going through and having little clips and stuff of my thoughts while I'm reading and that kind of thing. So I'm compiling that into a month-long reading vlog. I think that's, for right now, the only type of reading vlog I will do. Because I don't vlog a lot of my life outside of books, because I don't want to share my kids and that kind of thing on here. So yes, that is the plan as of now. So let's get into this month's TBR, as in December's TBR, and see what roles I have. To refresh your memory, I have a TBR game that I've created. I will link it down below because it's technically open for anybody to use as long as you have the link, and it has challenges along the board. I keep on rolling until I am off the board, and that kind of sets how many books I have on my TBR. So the bigger the rolls, the less books I'll have on it, and the more time I'll have to move read and that kind of thing, which is always nice. Or there's 46 spaces, I think, so if I really get an unlucky kick of rolls, I could roll 46 once. I don't think that's possible, but you never know how the rolls are going to come out. So without further ado, let's get into roll number 1. Okay, so we are back for December's rolls. So let's see what the first roll ends up being. A 5. So let's go to space 5. And that is a D100 challenge. I feel like I rolled a 5 first last time, so that's kind of funny. So let's see what the D100 says. So I've decided to do a wheel instead of a dice, because then I can change the challenges up as they go and remove them if it's super particular and that kind of thing. So let's see how this goes. And it is to read a book with a map inside. That's a lot of fun. I'm going to keep that challenge in there. So roll 1 was the D100 challenge, and I've actually switched this instead of a dice to a wheel, so that way I can add and take off as many challenges as I want to. So if you have ideas for challenges that you would like me to add to my wheel, go right ahead. So I probably will end up renaming that on the board at some point to say, spin the wheel type thing instead. So it ended up being the challenge of reading a book with a map in it. So for my IRL book club, the book that got picked for this month is The Veiled Kingdom by Renne. And I do believe, according to the ebook, because I downloaded the ebook for this one, there is a map in it. I didn't consider it a map because it's more of a picture of a house, I guess. But it has map design, credits and stuff within the ebook. So I'm going to count this as my book with a map. Obviously, if I get a time, I'll pick another fantasy book that has a map as well. But I will be reading this one for my book club book. I don't know much about it other than I do believe it is romantasy, and I think it's nominated for one of the Goodreads awards, possibly for romantasy. I know that the girl who nominated it really loves romantasy, so that's what her nominations tend to be a lot, which is fun because it's not something that I typically dip my toes into, but it is fun reads. So I am looking forward to this one to see what I think of it. I think book 2 is coming out or is out. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see if I like this one, if I want to continue the series or not. Other than knowing that it's romantasy, I know nothing about it. The cover's pretty, so I can't even tell you like tropes or anything for it because I literally have no idea. So that should be fun going into it that blind. This is going to become, as soon as I finish my fanfic that I'm reading right now, this is going to become a new Kindle book that I'm reading. So yeah, let's hope that I like it.
Next, we have a 1. Perfect. So let's go to space 6. And that is a sci-fi. So that is really good. I am excited to add in a sci-fi this month.
So for roll number 2, I got sci-fi book. And here's the thing. I have not started Borne yet. But like I said, I still have, a week and a half left of this month. So I know I am starting Station 11 right now. So if I can finish Station 11 pretty quickly and then start Borne, that would be good because it's my TBR pull from last month. And it's a sci-fi. So if it bleeds into this month, that's fine. If I don't finish or start Borne before the end of November, I should read that as this pick. So at some point, Borne is going to get started and read. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't DNF it. If I do, sorry. But in case that I do read Borne before December starts, I am going to put The Ministry of Time by Kaliane Bradley as my pick for sci-fi. It is one that I just has kept in the back of my mind as wanting to read since I heard about it. It's on the Goodreads Choice Awards right now, so I'm kind of tying in a theme here, loosely, in the sense that 2 of the books are on that. It is the one that I was considering voting for sci-fi. The sci-fi category in general for Goodreads is a complete mess, so that's a whole different conversation. But I haven't been keeping up with like 2024 releases as good as I have in the past, so I honestly couldn't tell you what books I would nominate instead. But yeah, I have this on Spotify as an audiobook. So I haven't used my hours on there, so I think this would be a good one to fill because it is underneath the 15-hour limit mark and that kind of thing, so I don't get halfway in between and then have to pause and wait. So I do think I am going to do The Ministry of Time at some point in December. So Borne and Ministry of Time is going to be my 2 sci-fi picks. On to roll number 3.
Next roll. Roll big. 17. Awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, 17. It's 23. TBR jar. So let's see what I pull from the jar.
So roll number 3 is my TBR jar. So let's get that and hope it's nice to me. Let's see. Let's try to get one down from the bottom. And these all stick together because I use Post-it notes. I really need to redo this at some point to where it is not Post-it notes that stick together. But we'll see. And, ooh, I got To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. I forget how you pronounce the name. But this is also a sci-fi. And it's one I've been meaning to read for far too long. So, yeah, this is great. I think I might have put this on my 25 to read in 2025. So if I get to it early, I just, am really achieving my goals ambitiously in the Slytherin sense that I am. So, yeah, I think that would be a fun one. So I'm happy with that TBR pick. Great job, TBR jar. Doing good. So let's go on to roll number 4 and see what this brings.
And our next roll, a big number, 17 again. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to 40. Ooh, a nonfiction. Awesome. I wanted to have another nonfiction. I've been really enjoying that.
So roll number 4 is another nonfiction, which is great because I definitely want to keep on my momentum of reading nonfiction. I'm really enjoying them right now. And I had some suggestions from my videos that were my nonfiction focused videos. And so I've added those to Storygraph. But there's one that just kind of popped out at me when I was doing some just general research, and I didn't know that this was a thing that came out all the way back in 2020. But apparently it did, and I completely missed it. And it is Alive on Our Planet, and it is the kind of memoir / nature explorative by David Attenborough, and he narrates it. So I'm going to really enjoy listening to him go through and narrate, you know, his life experience growing up and getting into the fields that he has and the research he has done within nature and animal zoology. I don't think that's the right word, but just everything to do with it. I grew up watching all of his documentaries and listening to him explain our world, and going through and reading this just sounds like it's gonna be magical. I hope it is. I listened to the sample and I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this. It came out in 2020 when he was 94. He's now 98. So it just feels very fitting to go through and listen to this now that I found it. I hope that I love it, because the first 5 minutes that I listened as like the sample was fantastic. So that ended up being my nonfiction pick. But the others that have been recommended to me, I am adding to my Storygraph to read list. So those will be definitely ones that come up in the future, and I'm excited about those as well. So let's get into the next roll and see if I roll off the board, because I think there's only 6 spots left.
And let's see if this is going to be our final roll or not. An 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and off the board. So that is our final roll.
Yeah, so roll number 5 took me off the board, so I officially have 4 books on my TBR. 5 if you include Borne and Ministry of Time together. Like I said, hopefully I'm getting to this soon and don't have to worry about it being on my December TBR, but we'll see. So that's it for me. If you're reading any of these this coming month, let me know, and maybe we can buddy read them together. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy reading, stay cozy, stay crafty. Bye.